Hey, very good English, Bao Lin. Very clear. Very clear. Perfect English. Perfect English.
So sorry to interrupt you. Sorry to interrupt because I told her mother that the teacher said that Pauline studied well, but her mother seems didn't believe that. Seems.
Oh, really?
She asked me, "Oh, really?" And I said, "Yes."
Really? Okay, you study very well, Bao Lin.
Yeah.
You are studying very well.
Thank you.
Okay, hello, Feng Ni.
Hello, teacher.
How are you, Feng Ni?
I'm good, thank you.
Good. Hello, Noktu.
Hello, teacher.
How are you, Noktu?
I'm good.
Good. Are you going to watch the World Cup tomorrow, Noktu? Or tonight?
Tonight.
Tonight, Vietnam time.
Yes,
Here.
Will watch this. I
Yeah,
think Argentina will become a champion.
who do you think?
Argentina.
Argentina. Oh, I think maybe France. We will see.
Yes.
We will see. Okay. I think very early here. Have to get up at 4 a.m. here time.
Wow.
So very early in the morning, but a good time for you, Noktu.
Yes.
I think 10 p.m. Not so
Yes.
late.
The same here.
Yeah. Okay. Hello, Viet An. How are you?
Hello, teacher. I'm fine.
Good. Good. Hello, Feng Lin. How are you, Feng Lin?
Hello, teacher. I'm great.
Good. You're great. Very good. Very good. Very positive, Feng Lin. Hello, Jalin.
Hello, teacher.
How are you, Jalin?
I'm good.
Good. Good. Are you feeling better this week?
Yes, I feel feeling better.
That's great. I'm glad to hear it. Okay, everyone, we will get started. Welcome to class. I hope it's not too cold in Hanoi today. A little bit cold in New Zealand today too. So you can see I have my jacket on. So first thing I want to share with you today is, let's go. This is just so all of you know, okay, what we are studying and why. This is just to give you some insight into what we are studying and why. So, Trami.
Yes.
Trami, can you read the first paragraph for me, please?
Yes. Part 2 of the IELTS speaking test involves you having a discussion with the examiner, usually related to the topic you gave a speech about in part 2. To prepare for this test, you need to have opinions on a wide range of different topics or be able to form an opinion quickly.
Okay, good reading, Trami. Thank you. Does that make sense to you, Trami? Do you understand what the paragraph means?
Yes, I understand this.
Good. Thank you, Trami. So for everybody, so you need to be able to think of opinions or think how you feel about a topic very quickly, and then of course be able to express it in English. So that's why I ask you to tell me things at the beginning of each lesson. Okay, that is to help you practice that and to help you become fluent. So previously, I'm sure you remember, I've asked you to tell me about something that's happened to you in the past week, just to tell me something that's happened to you from your life. But now we've moved on a little bit. Now I'm going to be asking you general questions about a range of different and at this stage, light or easy topics. So remember last week I asked you, what are 3 things you would do if you won $1 million? Okay, so you have to think very quickly about what are 3 things you would do. So that's what we did last week. And I'll be asking you questions about that sort of thing at the start of each lesson from now on. And again, this is just to give you practice at being able to think quickly about your opinion or your feelings about something, and then of course try to express it as fluently as you can in English. And of course I will be giving you corrections as you speak, and then soon I will be asking you questions on more serious topics. Bao Lin.
Yes.
Okay, Bao Lin, can you read this sentence for me here, please?
It's important to practice speaking on topics you don't like.
Yeah, keep going, please.
This gives you the chance to learn new vocabulary and get some idea and opinion.
Okay, good. Thank you. That's all, Balin. Thank you. Okay, so the idea is most of us can speak easily on topics we like. For example, Nok 2. I know you can talk easily about football, but maybe not so easy to talk about something you don't like. So again, I'm going to give you a wide range of topics so that you can practice talking about things you don't like and practice having opinions, maybe about things you haven't thought of before. So the idea of this is that you need to speak to me in 2 or 3 sentences, okay? And like I said before, practicing and demonstrating fluency, that is how smoothly you can talk without mistakes or without making too many interruptions, and also using the correct lexis or vocabulary, using the correct words and grammar for the situation. So we're going to practice more about that in just a moment. And this is what we will do at the start of every lesson. This is why I get you to practice this at the start of every lesson, just to practice you thinking about having an opinion and also practice your English fluency. Now, the next thing, of course, we are practicing in our lessons is writing. Now, for task 1, of course, you need to be able to describe graphs, charts, tables, processes, and maps using the POT formula. Phong Ni.
Here.
Yeah, Phong Ni, can you remember what POT stands for? Have I explained this to you before?
I think I don't remember.
Okay. Can anyone remember what POT stands for? When we are talking about writing an answer to writing task 1, can anyone remember? Okay, the P stands for paraphrase, all right, which is what you do in your first paragraph. The O stands for overview, which is what you do in your second paragraph. And then the next part, the T part, stands for 2 detail paragraphs. So when you are answering writing task 1, you use this formula all the time to guide your writing. So your first paragraph is always a paraphrase of the title of the graph or the chart or the table of the process or the map. Your second paragraph is always a what, Nok 2? Second paragraph is always a what?
Yeah.
Can you remember what
No.
O stands for?
No, I don't.
Now, teacher, so sorry, I have to interrupt you.
Yeah.
Mọi người có hiểu thầy đã nói cái POT để cho những cái gì không? Việt Anh có hiểu không?
Dạ con hiểu một chút ạ.
Con hiểu chút, con hiểu như nào nhỉ? Thứ nhất là cái đầu tiên là gì? Cái P là gì? Paraphrase là gì? Trả lời nhanh, không mất thời gian nào. Bật mic lên. Bật mic lên. Ok. Bởi nếu không thì rất là mất nhiều thời gian của mình nó ngắn đó. Là gì? Chạm paraphrase là gì? Paraphrase là gì nhỉ? Có nghĩa là bác dạy rất nhiều cái phần cái việc mà mình viết lại câu như nào, đấy chính là cái phần để cho mình có kỹ năng paraphrase là về như thế đấy. Là thì làm sao là ví dụ như trong một cái tiêu đề người ta đưa ra thì mình phải viết lại, tức là mình đưa ra mình phải dùng cái lời văn của mình xong để mình viết một cái câu mở, viết cái câu mở đầu đó, và phải dùng bằng cái giọng, bằng cái viết chẳng hạn như đang chuyển đổi các cái loại từ ra với nhau, từ động từ thì sang danh từ hoặc sang tính từ gì đấy, một cái cách viết nào cho nó hợp lý và nó phải đúng ngữ pháp. Cái thứ hai là cái Âu là gì à Tú? Âu là gì?
Âu của mình đúng không?
Hả? Âu là gì? Bây giờ thầy hôm nay vừa nói cho con có nghe đâu, tập trung nó vào. Mấy cái thằng này cứ lần bẩn hình như chơi game hay sao ấy, vừa tốn tiền vừa ấy ra. Tập trung nó vào. Âu là gì? Overview, đúng chưa? Overview là gì? Overview là nhìn tổng thể cái bảng cái writing task 1 đấy là gì? Là nhìn tất cả tổng thể trong cái biểu đồ hay cái sơ đồ đó, hay là cái map đấy thì nó gồm có những cái gì thì mình phải đưa ra cái ý chính nhất. Đúng chưa nào? Thế xong sau đó là gì? Sau đấy là cái gì? T là gì? T là two details. Có nghĩa là mình đưa ra ít nhất là mình đưa ra hai cái ý chính của nó. Đã hiểu cách thầy Việt Anh đã hiểu chưa? Đã phải tập trung nghe, thầy thì nói rất chậm rồi nhưng mình phải tập trung mình nghe vào. Và nếu không hiểu thì phải stop lại và hỏi lại cái ý là mình không hiểu như thế nào. Hoặc bác giải thích hoặc thầy giải thích lại. Ok, thank you teacher.
Thank you, Mrs. Ha. Thank you for explaining it so well to the students. Okay, everyone. So we are going to be practicing. I know I am spending a lot of time practicing the POT formula with you, but that is because you need to know this well, because you answer no matter what question you get in writing task 1, whether you have to write about a graph or a chart or a table or a process or a map, you use the same formula all the time, POT. So paraphrase, overview, and 2 detail paragraphs. All right, so when we have got used to that, then we will look at essay writing, which is different altogether, and which of course doesn't involve using POT. So are there any questions about our lesson plan? Any questions? Anyone not understand? Okay. Do you understand Jarling? Jarling?
Yes.
Yes. Do you understand the lesson plan?
Yes.
Good. Thank you. Okay. So I just want everyone to understand why we study the things we are studying and where this is going. Okay. So it's going so that you can become very familiar with answering questions about these different things in writing task 1. Then we will get on to the essay writing, which of course is longer. Okay. Oh, and one more thing before I forget at the start of the lesson. So next Sunday here is Christmas. It's Christmas Day. Some of you probably know this already. So next Sunday, we won't have a lesson. Christmas Day is a holiday in all Western countries. So next Sunday, we will have a day off. So you don't need to come to the lesson next Sunday. Right. Right, let's look at today's speaking exercise. All right, who haven't I talked to so far? Knock 2.
Yes.
Okay, can you please read this sentence here, knock 2?
To kick the bucket, an English idiom, an informal or slang term meaning to die. Its origin is unclear.
Okay, thank you, knock 2. So origin means where something came from. Okay, origin means the beginning of something, where it came from. So to summarize, kick the bucket is an English idiom which means to die. If you kick the bucket, means you die. If someone is going to kick the bucket, means they're going to die. So you can see I've done the little graphic here, someone kicking. This is a bucket, obviously. Now this is a list, a to-do list. Fung Ni, can you read this next sentence, please, where I have the arrow?
A bucket list is a list of things you want to do or achieve before you die. What are 3 things on your bucket list?
Okay, good. Thank you, Fung Ni. So please, everyone, just have a quick think about this. This is our speaking exercise for this lesson. What are 3 things on your bucket list? Or in other words, what are 3 things you want to do before you die? Bucket list is a very common expression in English. If you ask any English-speaking person about bucket list, they will know exactly what you mean straight away. So what are 3 things on your bucket list? Okay. Trami, I'm going to start with you, please. 3 things on your bucket list and why. Just before we start, Trami, remember there is no right or wrong answer to this. Okay, you choose your own 3 things. What I want to hear, of course, is you speaking in correct English. Okay, Trami.
The first thing, I want to buy all the thing I want. And the second thing is, I think, please wait for me.
Yeah, that's right. Just, you have to think quickly, Trami. I know I haven't given you much time to prepare, but that doesn't matter, okay? What else? Think of somewhere you maybe like to visit.
Yes,
Okay.
I
Or,
will
yeah.
travel overseas. And the last thing is very important, that I will aim my IELTS.
Sorry, you will end your IELTS.
And my IELTS target.
Oh, what is that word? Earn or end?
It's AIM.
AIN.
M.
M. Aim my IELTS target. Okay. Okay, that's very good, Trami. So I'll just quickly correct your English. All right. So you said, the first one you said was buy all the thing I want. All right. A better way of saying that, Trami, is to say, I would buy, instead of saying all the thing I want, what is a word beginning with E that means the same thing as what you said?
Everything.
Correct. Very good. I would buy everything I want is better English. Okay. First, I would buy everything I want. Next, I will travel overseas. Okay, that's good. That's fine. And the last thing you said, you want to aim my IELTS test. Okay, which is not quite correct. Aim is not quite the right word. Aim means to target something like this, like you aim a gun. Okay, I think what you mean, Trami, is that you want to achieve or you want to pass. I want to pass my IELTS test is better.
Yes.
Does that make sense, Trami?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Baolin. Baolin. What are the 3 things on your bucket list, Baolin?
I think my 3 things on my bucket list is I want to have a great time with my parents and my friends by traveling around or hanging out before I die. I would buy everything I want and learn new language.
Okay, very good. So that was good English, except for the last sentence, Baolin. You said, I will learn new language.
I would learn.
Yeah, I would learn new language. There is, you are missing the article, Baolin. I would learn what?
A new language.
Correct. Better. I would learn a new language. I would learn a new language. Okay. Thank you, Baolin. That's good. Phung Ni. Phung Ni.
I'm here.
Okay. What are the 3 things on your bucket list, Phung Ni?
There are 3 things on my bucket list. First is graduate university. Second is buy a house, and the last is travel around the world.
Okay, very good. Very, very elegantly expressed, Phung Ni. Okay, just one thing you have missed out in your first sentence. You said to me, I would graduate university. Okay, you are missing a preposition, Phung Ni. What is it? I would graduate university.
Or university?
No, you are not missing an article. You are missing a preposition. Goes between graduate and university. Begins with F. Begins with F.
I have no idea.
I would graduate something at university.
From?
Correct. Yes. From. is the preposition you need. I would graduate from university. Very good, Phung Ni. That's great. Okay, knock two. What are the 3 things on your bucket list, knock two?
I think the first is I will buy a house for my parents, and the second is I earn enough money to have a happy life, and the last I think I will do something crazy like go backpacking, go backpacking.
Okay. I will do something crazy like go backpacking.
Yes.
Is that right? Okay, that's
Yeah.
very good. Very good, knock two. Very good English. All right. And not so crazy, I think. Not crazy to do backpacking. Okay. Many young people do this. So that's not so crazy.
No, I
But
think
your English.
I will go around the world. Yes.
Yeah. I will go around the world. Great.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you say, I want to go around the world before I die.
No, I will go backpacking around the world.
Yeah. Okay. I will go backpacking around the world. Is correct. I will go backpacking. So just your second one, you said about earning money, didn't you?
Enough money.
Yeah. I want to earn enough money.
Yes.
I want to earn enough money. That's good, knock two. Good reasons and good English too. Okay, Viet An.
Yes.
Okay, Viet An, what are the 3 things on your bucket list?
I want to travel around Vietnam. I want to learn different language, and I want to earn enough money to donate homeless people.
Okay, so I want to learn new language. You can either say, I want to learn a new language. Okay, so you need to have a. I want to learn a new language, or I want to learn new languages, if you want to learn more than one.
I want to learn new language. Yes.
Okay. Yes. New. So which one? Do you want to learn one language or more than one language?
I think one.
Okay. So I want to learn a new language.
I want to learn a new language.
Good. I want to learn a new language. Thank you, Viet An. And what was your last reason? Do you want to donate or give?
Earn enough money to donate homeless people.
Okay. I want to earn enough money to donate it. Okay. Donate it to poor people. Is that what you meant?
Yes.
Okay. I want to earn enough money to donate it to poor people. Can you say that for me, please, Vietnam?
I want to earn enough money to donate it poor people.
To poor people.
To poor people, yes.
To poor people. Have to give it to the poor people. I want to earn enough money to donate it to poor people. Okay. Thank you, Vietnam. That's good. Phung Linh.
First, I will spend my time with my family and friends. Then I want to travel around the world and try all the delicious food in the world.
Yes. 3 things.
It's 3. Spend the time with my family and friends.
Spend time with yeah. Oh, I see. Spend time with your family and friends. Yes. Travel around the world.
Try all the delicious food.
Okay, and try all the delicious food. You need to say something like, try all the delicious food I can. Okay? I want to try all the delicious food I can.
I can.
Yeah. Can you say that, please, Fung Ling?
I want to try all the delicious food I can.
Okay, much better. That is a complete sentence now. That's good. Okay, thank you, Fung Ling. Thank you. Okay, wow, very noisy where you are, Fung Ling. I hope you can concentrate. All right, sound very noisy in your room. I hope maybe you can find next time somewhere more quiet to do the lesson. Although I know maybe that's hard. Okay, Jia Ling.
Yes. First, I will buy a house from my parents. Second, I want to travel around the world, and the last one is I want to go hiking with my best friend.
Wow, perfect English, Jia Ling. Okay, perfect English. Very good. Excellent. Okay, and Duk Nia, I see you've joined the class. Hello, Duk Nia, how are you?
I'm fine, thanks. You?
Good, thank you. Okay, Duk Nia, 3 things on your bucket list.
3 things from my bucket list is being able to drive in a Ford Mustang GT500. It's my dream car, and winning a championship with my basketball team, and travel to Italy.
Okay, and travel to Italy. Okay, good English. Good English, Duk Nia. You talked in the first one, you talked about your favorite car. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, what is your favorite car?
A Ford Mustang GT500.
A Ford Mustang GT400. Okay, very cool car, Duk Nia. Okay, I hope you get to drive one day. All right. Okay, thank you, everyone. So that was good. Everyone thought very well. And like I say, there is no right or wrong answer to these questions, just you being able to think quickly and express your ideas fluently. So remember, that is the object of these exercises. Again, I say to be able to think quickly and answer fluently. All right, now we're going to look at today's writing test. Not so much writing test, but reading and answering test, I guess. All right. I will give you 1 each of these so we can speed up time a little bit. Okay, so I will do the first one for you. All right, so number 1 I will do first. So you are using the best noun or adjective for the country given. The first country in question 1 is Germany. So the answer is, this could have a serious effect on the German economy. Okay, so I've turned Germany, the noun, into German, an adjective, for this sentence to make sense. All right, so Trami, you will do number 2, please. Baolin, number 3. Fung Ni, number 4. Nok Tu, number 5. Viet An, number 6. Fung Ling, number 7. Jia Ling, number 8. And Duk Nia, number 9. Okay. So I'll let you have a quick look at that. And so again, repeating number 1 for you, this could have a serious effect on the German economy. I've turned Germany into German. Okay, Trami, are you ready?
Yes.
Can you read the sentence for me, please?
Several tourists were injured in the accident, including 4 British.
Or British, you say. British. Yes. Okay, is not quite correct, Trami. Okay, this is a little bit difficult. Okay, and is maybe a word you haven't heard before. All right. And the word is this. I'll write it for you on the whiteboard. The word is this, Trami. Can you say that for me, please?
British.
Britons. Britons. Britons are British people, okay? If you want to say the word British people, but using one word, okay, you call them Britons with an O, all right? Britons, Britons. Does that make sense, Trami?
Yes.
Okay. So the answer to number 2, several tourists were injured in the accident, including 4 Britons. Britons is the answer. Trami, you could also have said British what? British what? You could also have said British.
British people.
Correct, Trami. Very good. You have the right idea. You could also have said British people, but I want just one word. If you're going to use one word, you would need to say Britons. So a little bit difficult, a new word probably for you there, but that's good. Okay, number 3, please. Bao Lin.
According to statistics, French contribute um, 5.4 millions in aid.
Okay, close. Okay, so we'll go through it word by word. This word here is pronounced statistics. Can you say that for me, please, Bao Lin?
Statistics.
Okay, good. I know it's a difficult word. Actually, a lot of Western people have trouble with this word too, because of all the S's and T's. So it is statistics. Can you try again, please?
Just statistics.
Good. Statistics. Okay. And the second part, how do you read this, Bao Lin?
I think it's $5.4.
Almost $5.4 million. Okay, so dollars goes at the end. Okay, so can you say this again, please?
$5.4 million.
Correct. Okay, so anytime you see something written like this, the dollars goes at the end. $5.4 million. All right, and what is the missing word here?
I think it's French, the French people.
Okay, so that part is correct, but actually the answer is still this one. France is France. According to statistics, France contributed 5.4 million in aid. Okay, so it still stays as the noun in the sentence. Okay, so you don't need to change, in other words. According to statistics, France contributed 5.4 million in aid. According to statistics, Vietnam contributed 5.4 million in aid. Okay, so it's the noun. You still need to use the noun in the sentence. Okay, thank you, Bao Lin. Phong Ni.
The average Sweden drinks 7.8 kilo of coffee a year.
Okay, good try, Phong Ni. This again is probably a word you don't know. Okay, so it is, and it is this. As soon as I can start typing. Okay. All right, can you say that, please, Phong Ni?
I don't know how to say this word.
Okay. It is pronounced Swede. 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 Swede.
Swede.
Okay. Swede. So a Swede is a person from Sweden. So just the same as a Briton A Briton is a person from Britain. A Swede is a person from Sweden. Can you read the sentence again, please, Phung Ni, with the correct word?
Average Swede drinks 7.8 kilos of coffee a year.
Correct. Thank you, Phung Ni. That's a lot of coffee too, by the way. Nearly 8 kilos of coffee a year. A lot. All right. So a Swede is a person who comes from Sweden. You could also say, Phung Ni, you could say the average Swedish what? The average Swedish, what is the next word? Begins with P. Phung Ni?
I'm here.
Yeah. Do you know what the word is, Phung Ni, I'm thinking of?
I don't know. I can hear.
Okay. Okay. The average Swedish, try me.
Yes.
Okay. What is the word I'm thinking of? Try me. The average Swedish what?
Pupil.
No, not pupil. Not pupil. The average Swedish PE, try me. PE.
Person.
Correct. Thank you, Trami. The average Swedish person drinks 7.8 kilos of coffee a year. Phung Ni.
I'm here.
Okay, can you repeat that for me, please? The average Swedish.
I can't hear you because my sister is too noisy.
Oh, no. Please tell her to be quiet. All right. So can you hear me okay now, Phung Ni?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so the average Swedish person. Okay, so can you say that for me, please, Phung Ni?
Average Sweden person.
Yes, the average. So you can answer this question two ways. You can either say the average Swede drinks 7.8 kilos of coffee a year, or the average Swedish person drinks 7.8 kilos of coffee a year. So again, two answers to this one, the same as there were to number 2. Okay, knock 2. Number 5, please. Knock 2.
The population of Chinese is around 1.4 billion.
Okay, that was good reading, knock 2, but again, answer, little bit of a trick. The word doesn't change.
Oh.
Okay, so it is still China. Okay, the population of China is around 1.4 billion. Okay, the same as if I was talking about the population of Vietnam. So you need to use the noun in this sentence. The population of China is around 1.4 billion. Okay, number 6, Viet An. Viet An.
The team was set up by the Australia's government.
Oh, close. So this word here is pronounced scheme, Viet An. Scheme. Can you say that, please? Scheme. Yeah. So in this word, the CH is pronounced like a K. Okay, so it is pronounced scheme. Scheme means plan. It's a synonym for plan. Means the same word. Okay, and the word here needs to be an adjective, and the adjective is Australian. Australian government. The scheme was set up by the Australian government. Okay, Fong Ling.
Machine sell 7. Machines selling fizzy drinks are to be banned in all the US schools.
Oh, close, Fong Lin. Okay, close. So this is one of these sentences you don't need the article. Okay, so you can just say US. US. Okay, Fong Lin? Machines selling fizzy drinks are to be banned in all US schools. US. Or what is another word you can use that begins with A, Fung Ling? That means this. That means this. A word beginning with A. What is another word for the US?
I have no idea.
Begins with A. It is here, Fung Ling. Here.
America.
Here. Yes. Okay. What is the adjective form of America? America is a noun. What is the adjective form?
American.
Correct. Yes, Fung Ling. Not so hard. Okay. American. Okay. Machines selling fizzy drinks are to be banned in all American schools or all US schools. Thank you, Fung Ling. Jia Ling. Jia Ling.
Yes.
Number 8.
Yes. 6 African countries appear on the list of the 10 dirtiest places on the earth.
Good. Okay, that is correct. 6 African is the adjective. African countries appear on the list of the 10 driest places on earth. Okay. Number 9, Duc Nia.
Hanoi is the Vietnamese capital.
Is correct. Okay. You got the easiest one, Duc Nia. Okay. Hanoi is the Vietnamese capital. Okay. Vietnamese is obviously the adjective of Vietnam. Okay. And number 10, my country. Try me. Your turn again, please.
2 New Zealanders won gold medals at the Winter Olympics in China.
Very good. Very good, Trami. Correct. 2 New Zealanders won gold medals at the Winter Olympics in China is correct. Okay, so just quickly going through this again for you so that you have all the correct answers. Number 1, this could have a serious effect on the German economy. Number 2, several British tourists were injured in the accident, including 4 Britons, or British people. But to use one word, you would just say Britons. Number 3, according to statistics, France contributed $5.4 million in aid. Okay, so it is still the noun. Number 4, the average Swede, a Swede is a person from Sweden. The average Swede or Swedish person drinks 7.8 kilos of coffee a year. Number 5, the population of China stays the same. Still the noun, is around 1.4 billion. The scheme was set up by the Australian government. You put an N on the end of Australia to get the adjective. The scheme was set up by the Australian government. Number 7, machines selling fizzy drinks are to be banned in all US or American schools. US or American. Number 8, 6 African countries appear on the list of the 10 driest places on earth. Number 9, Hanoi is the Vietnamese capital. And number 10, 2 New Zealanders. Okay, so if you've learned a couple of new words there, that's good. All right. So for the rest of the lesson now, we're going to be looking at your writing. So first of all, going back to the writing that you did for me last week. All right, so remember, last time we did the overview paragraph, and I think there were a couple of you who I didn't get to check on last week. So knock two, please.
Yes.
Okay, knock 2. So please, everyone, just have to be a little bit patient while I finish going through the answers for knock 2, Duc Nia, and Jia Ling. Knock 2, can you read what you have written, please?
Overall, it can be clearly seen that going to a coffee shop is very common activity in Australia. Melbourne and Hobart are the most city going to a coffee shop at least analyze almost every city built by instant coffee very evenly.
Okay, so there are a few connections I need to make to this. Okay, knock two. So first one, start at the beginning. Remember to start every sentence with a what? You start every sentence with a what, knock two? What should this be, where you've got O here? Has to be a capital letter, capital letter.
Yes.
Okay, so that should...
I forgot couple of.
Yeah, that's okay. Don't worry. This is why we practice knock two. So don't need to worry. But remember to start every letter like we have here, like Anji has written, overall. Okay, need to start with a capital letter. Okay, clearly, okay, is spelt with an L. Seen that going to a cafe, all right. If you say cafe, you don't need to say shop. A cafe is a shop. So you don't need to say cafe shop, just say cafe. Going to a cafe is very, need to have there, is a very common activity in Australia. All right, I'll correct this as well. Okay, you need a full stop here. Melbourne and Hobart. All right, this sentence is a bit confused, knock two. So you need to rewrite the whole sentence. And this is how you rewrite it. Melbourne and Hobart are the most popular cities, because it's plural, or going to a cafe. Remember, we don't need to have shop. The least, what word am I going to type here, knock two?
I don't know, at least.
The least what? Same word I've used in this sentence. Same word I've used. So I've said the most what?
At least the most popular.
Correct. So here, you use popular again, okay? The least popular. All right?
Yes.
The least popular city is. All right. And this one again, remember to start with a capital letter. Almost every city buys instant coffee fairly evenly. All right. That sentence is correct. Okay. So please quickly, knock two. Can you read all of this for me again, please?
Overall, it can be clearly seen that going to a cafe is a very common activity in Australia. Melbourne and Hobart are the most popular city for going a cafe. A least popular city is Adelaide. Almost very city built is by instant coffee very evenly.
Okay, that's good, knock two. Okay, that's better. So that's good. So I can get you to read this just so you can get used to the correct words. Okay, thank you, knock two. All right, Duknia. Okay, Duknia, please read what you have written.
Overall, it's clearly evident that the amount of residents who went to a cafe in Australia is huge. It's a very popular thing in Melbourne, Sydney, and Melbourne, around 61, 62, and 63%. But on the other hand, the amount of people who went to a cafe in Adelaide and Brisbane is significantly lower, at around 50% and 56%. Although the numbers are lower in Sydney than in Melbourne and Hobart, the number of people who bought fresh coffee in Sydney is clearly higher than in the other four cities.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Nia. Now that, Dr. Nia, is actually a pretty good answer, but there's maybe one main thing wrong with it. It's a little bit long, Dr. Nia. Okay, this needs to be only 2 or 3 small sentences. This is a lot of what you've got here can go in the detail paragraphs, which we're going to do next. All right, so this overview is just a summary. So you don't need to have the figures in your overview paragraph. Does that make sense, Dr. Nia? Can you hear me, Dr. Nia?
Yeah, I can.
Okay, so you don't need to have the figures in the overview. Please save these for the detail paragraphs. And I'll just make some quick corrections to what you have written. Overall, it's clearly evident that the amount of residents went to a cafe in Australia is huge. So you need who in there. It's very popular. You don't need to say thing. And you don't need to have a. It's very popular in Melbourne, Sydney, and Hobart. But on the other hand, the amount of people who went to a cafe is significantly lower. Okay, this is all correct. Although the numbers are lower in Sydney than in Melbourne and Hobart, the number of people, okay, so the English is all correct from now on. So the English overall is good, Dr. Nia. So as I say, the main thing to correct is that it's a little bit long. For example, let's go up here to, yeah, you can see here, for example, Fung Ni hasn't put the figures in, hasn't put the percentages in, and that is correct. So at this stage, you don't need the percentages. All right, thank you, Dr. Nia. Jia Ling.
Yes.
Okay, Jia Ling, your turn, please. Please
Okay.
read for me.
Overall, it can be clearly seen that going to the cafe for coffee or tea is very popular in Australia. Melbourne and Hobart are 2 cities with the most people going to cafe for coffee or tea, with more than 63% of the residents doing in the last 4 weeks, followed by Sydney with 61%, and at least Adelaide about 49%. Buying fresh coffee is the least popular in all cities, but is common in Sydney, where around 43% of residents. Opposite of Sydney, Brisbane, and Adelaide are less than 35%.
Okay, thank you, Jia Ling. All right, so first of all, same comment I made to Dr. Nia. It's a little bit long. Okay, so you don't need to put the percentages in to the overview. Please save these for the detail paragraphs, which we are going to do shortly. All right, so I can take these out. Now let me just check your English. Clearly seen that going to, instead of the, darling, you need to say ah, all right?
Yes.
Okay, if you say going to the cafe, it means going to one particular cafe, all right? Whereas, of course, they go to many cafes. So you need to say a cafe. For coffee or tea, very popular in Australia. Melbourne and Hobart are 2 cities with the most people. Okay, you need to have a the in there. Are the 2 cities with the most people going to, what goes in before cafe, Charling? Correct. A cafe for coffee and tea. All right, with more than 63% evidence doing. All right, another word goes in here. Charling, do you know what it is? This one. Doing so. Has to be doing so. Doing so. This is a common collocation, okay? Doing so.
Yes.
63% of the residents doing so. Means that's what they did in the last 4 weeks, followed by Sydney with 61%, and probably don't need this. Okay, don't need it. And Adelaide with about 49. Buying fresh coffee is the least popular in all cities. You need to have another word in here, Charling, like least popular option or choice. Okay, one of those 2 words.
Yes.
All right, so your English is good, Jarling. I'm just making some corrections, okay? But your vocabulary, your lexis is good in all cities, but it is common in Sydney. But it is, word beginning with M needs to go in here. Jarling? Buying fresh coffee is the least, whoops, popular should go here.
Option.
Popular option in all cities, but it is what common? Word beginning with M, Jarling?
Most.
Yes, correct. Most common in Sydney. We're around 43% of the residents, and you have to again say something like do so.
Yes.
Okay. And again, your last sentence doesn't quite make sense. All right, but I'll leave that for the moment. Can you pronounce this word for me, please, Jarling? This word here?
Opposite.
Opposite. Opposite. Okay, it's one of those silly English words that is pronounced a little bit differently than what it looks. Okay, so it is pronounced opposite. If you just see S-I-T-E by itself, then yes, it is pronounced sight. But when it is part of this word, it is pronounced sit. So the E is silent. Opposite, opposite. Any questions, Jarling?
No.
Okay, thank you. All right, everyone, thank you for being patient while I was talking to those three about that. All right, everyone. So what we're going to do now, again, is we're going to look, actually, what I will get you to do is just to, because I'm going to get you to look at a different graph, because I'm sure you are all getting bored with the tea and coffee graph. So we're going to look at another one. But first, before we do that, we're going to look at the detail paragraphs for this one. And we're going to look at it very quickly, because then we're going to practice writing our detail paragraphs on another graph. All right, so what I have written here for you is 2 detail paragraphs, but you can see I have left out some key words. So please read this now, everyone, and see if you can work out what the missing words are. All right, so I will tell you what I'm going to ask you. Try me.
Yes.
I'm going to ask you for these 3, all right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, not yet. I'll tell you when, okay? Okay, Baolin.
Yes.
I'm going to ask you for this one, all right?
Yes.
Okay. Fung Ni.
I'm here.
Okay, I'm going to ask you for this one, okay? I'm going to ask you what the missing word is shortly. Knock 2.
Yes.
Okay, going to ask you for these 2, knock 2. All right? Yes. These 2 missing words. Viet An.
Yes.
Okay, Viet An, going to ask you for this word. All right, Phung Ling.
Yes.
Okay, Phung Ling, going to ask you for these 2. All right?
Right.
Okay. Jarling.
Yes.
Okay, Jarling, going to ask you for these 2. All right?
Yes.
Okay. And then Duk Nia.
Yes.
I'm going to ask you for these 2. All right. Are you ready, Trami?
Yes.
Okay, Trami, can you please read from the start of the paragraph and then put in the missing words?
Visiting a cafe is most popular in Hobart, Melbourne, and Sydney.
Correct. Thank you. Hobart, Melbourne, in Sydney. Or you could say Sydney, Melbourne, and Hobart. The order doesn't matter as long as you get 3 cities are correct. Thank you, Trami. Bao Lin.
Yes.
Okay, what is the missing word here?
With more than 60% of residents.
Very good. Very good. So for everyone who is not sure, Bao Lin is looking at these bars, and you can see all these bars are more than 60%. Okay, so that is the answer. Thank you, Bao Lin. Phung Ni.
I have been done so in the last 4 weeks.
Correct, Phung Ni. You got the easy one, Phung Ni. Okay, that was the simple one. All right, but that's okay. Good reading. Okay, can you please read from here? Knock 2. Knock 2.
Yes.
Please read from however.
However, going to a cafe is not as common in Adelaide, and how to read the city between Adelaide.
Yeah, you mean this one?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, it is pronounced Brisbane.
Brisbane and Adelaide.
Brisbane. Yeah, Brisbane and Adelaide. Correct, Knock 2. Okay, that is correct. So yeah, so this name here is pronounced Brisbane. Brisbane.
Brisbane.
Yeah, thank you, Knock 2. Okay, Viet An, can you read this sentence, please?
The percentage of people being instant coffee and tea in Adelaide.
Correct, that'll do. Thank you. Okay, coffee is the missing word. Thank you, Viet An. Percentage of people buying is this word. Buying instant coffee in Adelaide. All right, Fung Ling. Can you read from here, please? From was
slightly ahead of visiting a coffee, 50% versus 50%.
Okay, so these numbers, did you say 50 for both?
Yes.
Okay, so they have to be different. Okay, Fung Ling. So the first one is correct.
Yes.
First one is correct. What should the second one be? Have a look at the graph again, please.
Visiting a coffee.
Yeah, this one is correct. All right. 50% versus what percent?
25%.
Not 35%. Okay. Can you see where we are here? What is this? It is not quite 50%, is it? It is
49.
What? Yes, 49. Okay, 50% versus 49%. Okay, so when you see something like this, means the two figures have to be different. Okay. Versus, by the way, versus means as opposed to, or as compared to, or just compared to. So versus is a synonym for compared to. Does that make sense, Fung Ling?
Yes.
Okay. By the way, it's quiet now. I'm glad you found somewhere quiet, Fung Ling. Must be very hard for you to think with the noise going on. Okay. Jia Ling.
Yes.
From the, please.
The only city where instant coffee outrank fresh coffee.
Is correct. Thank you. Duk Nia.
Buying fresh coffee?
Yes. Buying fresh coffee, yeah.
It's the least popular alternative and also the most popular in
Thank
Sydney.
you. Yes. Most popular in Sydney. We're around. Keep going, Fung Ling. Keep going, Duk Nia, sorry. We're around what percentage?
We're around 43% of residents choose to do so.
Correct, Duk Nia. You're reading the graph correctly. Very good. Okay. Back to the start again. Trami.
Yes.
Okay, Trami, what do you think these are? People living in. Okay, you have to look at the rest of the sentence first, okay, before you can work out the cities.
People living in Adelaide and Brisbane.
Okay, good. All right, and Berlin.
Yes.
What is this, do you think?
And
No, okay, so what I'm looking for is a synonym for the word bought, beginning with the letter P.
I think it's pay.
Sorry, you think it is?
Pay.
No. What is a synonym for bought? Okay, bought means to buy something, beginning with the letter P. Oh, is someone talking there? Berlin.
My dad.
Your dad is talking. Okay, must be
Yeah.
hard for you to think when your dad is talking.
Bố đang nói chuyện điện thoại.
Okay. All right. Can you think of the word Berlin?
Được nghĩa với Gia Linh ơi, để thử
I don't have any idea.
Okay. Phung Ninh.
Gia Linh.
Phung Ni.
Dạ.
Sorry.
Để thẳng
Phung
cái
Ni.
mặt lên cái, con cứ để mỗi cái chán cái tóc không thế.
Phung Ni.
Rồi. Thank you.
I'm looking for this word here, Phung Ni.
I have no idea.
Okay, a synonym for bought, beginning with the letter P. Knock two.
People.
Not people. No, a synonym for bought, for the word bought. No.
Portrait, right?
Oh, you are close. You are close. Do you know what the word is? Knock two. You're very close. You are very close. Very close, though. You have the right idea. But you have the right idea, okay? I'll ask Viet An.
I have no idea.
Okay. Phung Lin.
Yes.
Okay, this word here, Phung Lin. Synonym for bought, beginning with P. Any idea?
No, I have no idea.
No idea. Okay. Jia Ling.
Yes. I think it's pick.
Picked. No. A synonym for bought, beginning with P, not picked. Duk Nia.
Think it's purchase.
Correct. Thank you, Duk Nia. The word, everyone, is purchased. Purchased. I'll write it down. Okay, just in case some of you aren't sure. Okay, purchased is a synonym for bought. All right, purchased. All right, useful to know synonyms, of course, when you are writing this, because you might need to use them for paraphrases. So purchased was the word I was looking for. All right, and the last one, please, back to the start. Trami.
Yes.
Okay, what is this one?
I still don't know this.
You don't know this. Okay, so what were these two cities, Trami?
They are Adelaide and Brisbane.
Okay, all right. So what was the percentage of people in Adelaide and Brisbane who bought fresh coffee?
There are 35% and 34%.
Okay, so in round figures, you would say less than how many, Trami?
It's less than 1%.
Oh, not 1%, no. Okay, so remember you're looking at these two here. These here.
Yes.
So less than what? What is the closest round figure? Yeah.
20%.
No, 20%. 20% is here, try me. Okay. What is the closest figure to these two bars?
I think it's 34%.
Close, okay, but the closest round figure is 35%, probably, okay?
Yes.
Okay, so the answer here should be 35. Okay, less than 35% of people did so. Does that make sense now, Trami?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm not sure where you got 20% from, because 20% is right at the bottom and the graphs are above that. Okay, whereas this here says less than. So less than 35% of people did so in each city. Okay, thank you, Trami. I know, a little bit difficult when you weren't doing these sentences here, I know. So everybody, just before we get off this, okay, so you can see what I have done in the detail paragraphs is look at the percentages and compared different percentages for buying coffee in the different city. So I have put the percentages into here and not into the overview paragraph. In the overview paragraph, you are just describing the main features, but without too much detail, because obviously the detail goes in the detail paragraphs. Bao Lin.
Bảo Linh ơi. Oh, maybe
she's gone to tell her father to be quiet. Okay, Fung Ni.
I'm here.
Okay, Fung Ni, can you remember what POT stands for? P-O-T.
Nhắc lại cái lúc đầu.
Paraphrase, overview, piece. Paraphrase O is overview and T is to detail.
Very good, Fung Ni. Okay, it is written down here just in case you weren't sure. Okay, paraphrase, overview, to detail paragraphs. Knock two.
Yes.
What does POT stand for? Knock two.
Portion for paraphrase, overview, to detail part. Yes.
Correct. Thank you, Knock two. Paraphrase, overview, to detail paragraphs. Okay, and the last one, Viet An.
Yes.
What does POT stand for?
Paraphrase, overview, to detail paragraph.
Thank you, Viet An. Thank you for paying attention. That's great. All right. So everyone, remember this is important. You must remember this POT because this is our formula for how we answer all these questions. The first paragraph is always a paraphrase. The second paragraph is always an overview or a summary of the main features. And that's followed by the two detail paragraphs where we start to mention the figures or percentages or whatever it is that the graph or the table or whatever it is we're looking at is measuring. Okay, so again, I'm just going to do a quick summary of this graph before we look at writing for the next graph. So this graph here is a survey of what 100 boys and 100 girls enjoyed doing in their leisure time. So we can see this is the x-axis here. The first thing we look at when we look at a graph is what the x-axis is and the y-axis is. All right, Fung Lin.
Yes.
Okay, how would you describe what is on the y-axis here? What do you call these? Okay, you can look up here, by the way, Fung Ling, to give you a clue.
The ratio
What are
100
these?
points.
Yeah, but no, what is this on the y-axis? Just the y-axis. What are they?
Leisure actives.
Good, very
Activity.
good. Yes, very good, Fung Lin. Yes, correct. They are leisure activities, leisure. All right, this is pronounced leisure, by the way, not leisure, leisure activities. These are all leisure activities. All right, as I say, on the x-axis, these are the numbers of boys and girls who took part in each activity. And just to make sure we're reading the graph correctly, Jia Ling.
Yes.
Okay, Jia Ling, what was the most popular leisure activity for boys?
For boys is watching television.
Duk Nia,
Yes.
what was the least popular leisure activity for boys?
Going to the theater, I think.
Going to the theater is correct. Very good, Duk Nia. Bao Lin, are you back?
Yes, my connection is working.
Okay, that's great, Bao Lin. Bao Lin, what was the most popular leisure activity for girls?
It is watching television.
Correct. Okay. Nok 2.
Yes.
What is the least popular leisure activity for girls?
The least.
The least popular.
I think is how to read what the between the computer game. Teacher.
Between computer
game.
Yeah.
Yes.
So which was the least popular for girls?
Yeah, it's I can read it with starting
Okay.
with M.
All right. This one here, you mean?
Yeah, yes.
Okay. This
yes.
word here is pronounced museums. Museums.
It's music. I
know, but a little bit hard to read. I know, but it is museum.
No, I can see it in museum.
Okay, museums.
With
But you are
my
correct. Okay, you're correct. That is the least popular one for girls. Thank you. Okay, so you are all reading the graph correctly. That's good. Okay, so you all understand the graph correctly. Right, so that is the main thing you need to check each time. Remember what is on each axis. So in this case, this is the number of boys or girls. Okay, on this axis is the different leisure activities. And then, of course, for your overview, you look at who is doing the most or least of any activity. And then for your detail paragraph, you look, of course, in more detail at what the figures are. Okay, so now we have done that, we are going to look at this graph. So first of all, I'm going to get you to explain it to me, and then we will write it, or we will start to write it anyway, because I know we only have 10 minutes of this afternoon's lesson left. Okay, so this graph is about people who regularly watch sporting events. So your first paragraph is going to be a what, Trami? What is your first paragraph going to be?
I think it's this paragraph illustrated.
It's okay, Trami. You don't need to read the whole thing for me. You're going to tell me what is the first paragraph going to be using the POT formula?
This is an overview paragraph.
No, what is the first paragraph?
Paraphrase.
Correct. First paragraph of any answer to this is always a paraphrase. Okay, so you need to paraphrase what the title is. That's good. Thank you, Trami. Okay, so everyone, I'm going to share the link with you now. And I want you all to write a paraphrase of what this graph is about. So this is the title of the graph here, you need to paraphrase or write it in other words. Okay, hopefully everyone can see that now in chat. Can you please click on the link? All right, and then write a paraphrase for me, please. I only need for this one sentence. Or maybe two, if you want to be very clever. And yes, thank you, Trami. Can you all please write your name before you start your paraphrase? So we have 9 minutes left until the end of the lesson. So you should be able to do your paraphrase within these 9 minutes. And next lesson, we will go through your paraphrases and I will correct them. Right, this is good. I can see that everyone is remembering how to start the sentence. That's good. You always start the first sentence the same way. And same with the overview paragraph too, by the way. You should all by now be able to remember how to start these sentences and paragraphs. I've given you 9 minutes to do this. In the test itself, in the exam, you would have maybe 5 minutes at the most to do this paragraph, your first paragraph. Okay, that's good. Most people are almost finished. So for those of you who finished, and we'll do more about this next time, probably in your paraphrase, to show the examiner that you really understand what the graph is about and also the range of vocabulary, you would need to the easiest way, I think, is to list how many sporting events they watch. Okay. The age of people, make some reference to the ages of the people who are illustrated here. And I can see that most of you have just copied regularly watch. You actually need a synonym for regularly watch. Okay, Trami.
Yes.
Okay, Trami, can you read me your answer, please?
This graph shows the number of people. I don't know how to read the word.
The number of people. Are you trying to say the number of people? So how you actually say this, I see what you mean. The number of people, you would say in thousands,
Yes.
Is
The
how, number of people in thousands. So for example, 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, and so on. So that's how you actually say that, okay? This graph shows the number of people in thousands is what that means.
Yes.
Okay. If there was one less zero, Trami, what would it be? If there was one less zero, it would be in what? If there was one less zero
100?
here, in what, sorry,
100?
Trami? Correct. That's the idea. Yeah, you've got the right idea. In hundreds, if there was one less zero. So you are correct, Trami. So that's how you read it.
Yes.
In thousands. Yep, go on.
In thousands who regularly watch sporting events. The information recorded is from people who are 15 to 41 plus years old.
Okay, good. That's good, Trami. Can you think, Trami, just before we finish the lesson, can you think of another way of saying regularly watch? Okay.
Who often watch?
Good, good. That is good. Often watch sporting events. So that is probably better than just repeating this. I'm going to think of another word. Bao Lin. Hello, Bao Lin.
Yes.
Can you hear me, Bao Lin?
Yes.
Okay. Can you tell me a word I'm thinking of begins with the letter F, that means regularly?
Frequently.
Yes, frequently. Thank you, Bao Lin. Okay. So that would be a better word to use than repeating regularly. Okay. Trami, did you hear the word she said?
Yes.
Okay. What was the word?
Frequently.
Correct. Okay. So everyone, you need to change this word. And the one that's been suggested, which I think is a good synonym, is frequently. Ah, look at that. It's lunchtime already. Okay, everyone stop, please. That is the end of the lesson for today. Can you please turn your camera on again, if you don't have your camera on already? Viet An, what have you done to your hair, Viet An? Have you had a new haircut? Looks different from last week. You have a new haircut. Okay, looks very cool, Viet An. Okay, very cool. You look like maybe you are going to join a boy band, Viet An. Okay, maybe like a Vietnamese version of BTS. Okay. All right, Viet An. I'm only joking. Okay, Viet An looks very good. Looks very nice. All right, everybody. So thank you for the lesson for today. We will continue in 2 weeks. Okay, after Christmas. Okay, in 2 weeks. Yeah, so remember, next week is Christmas. All right, and that is a holiday in Western countries. So no lesson next Sunday. So we will meet again in 2 weeks' time. Are you playing football this weekend, Noktu?
Yes.
Okay, good. I hope you have a good game. All
Thank
right.
you.
Okay, Phung Lin.
Yes.
Okay, Phung Lin. Can you stay behind for a moment, please, Phung Lin, at the end of the lesson?
Phương Linh ơi, Phương Linh hiểu thầy không? Có nghĩa là sau khi các bạn rời đi rồi thì con ok, thầy sẽ phải nói chuyện từng đứa. Một cái thứ hai là chủ nhật tuần sau chúng mình nghỉ các con nhé, vì ngày lễ Giáng sinh á, chắc đứa nào cũng sẽ
tuần sau
hóa trang để đi với người yêu nhỉ, đúng không?
Okay, everyone. Thank you, Mrs. Saad. Thank you, everyone. Okay, hope you enjoy the rest of your Sunday. And I will see you next time. Actually, I will see you next year. Next year.
Next next year.
Yeah, next year. Next lesson will be on the 1st of January.
Oh no, if January we must be off. Oh, please wait me for 1 minute.
Okay, really? Okay. All right, Phung Ni.
I'm here.
Oh my
God. What are you doing? What are you doing for the rest of today, Phung Ni?
I think I can rest today because tomorrow I have a test and I need to go to learn math to prepare for the test.
Okay, so you have tests, what, next week?
Yeah.
Okay, good luck with that. So everyone, please, good luck if you have exam. Okay, maybe you have some end of term exam next week. All right, I hope it goes well for you. Yes, Mrs. Hart.
Stay for a while, please.
Yes.
Teacher, because the next year, next week, will be Christmas Day. But but next 2 weeks will be the first day of January. So
yes.
we are going to have a long holiday, maybe 4 days.
All right.
I'm not sure, but so we will have 2 weeks off.
Okay,
not
2 weeks off.
Yeah, no, not only 1 week off. Okay.
2 weeks. Okay, 2 weeks off.
2 weeks off. Yeah.
2 weeks off.
Thế
Okay.
thì tuần sau, tức là chúng mình thì cái ngày lễ Giáng sinh thì nó không thành vấn đề gì cả. Nhưng mà đối với thầy với mọi người ở Tây thì lễ Giáng sinh là người ta phải nghỉ. Cho nên là thầy sẽ nghỉ. Thế nhưng mà chúng mình ngày Tết dương lịch thì chúng mình cũng phải nghỉ, đúng không? Cho nên là chúng mình sẽ nghỉ 2 tuần liền với thầy nhá. Từ hôm nay xong là maybe you have to give them some assignments to work.
Some assignment to work.
Yeah, some assignment to work. Like a writing task one, for example, in 2 weeks.
Yeah, in 2 weeks. So I can get them to work on the rest of this. But how can they see this, Mrs. Ha? So they can, they can finish the rest of this assignment.
Yes, of course. I can send I can send them the link, and because everyone needs to write on this link, and you can correct it easily.
Yes,
much better than an individual link. You know.
Yes.
Yeah. So everyone needs to write on this link. That means they need to write online. right?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So they can complete this task, writing task 1 for this graph.
Yeah. Okay. That means they need to finish all the task 1.
Yes.
Yes. At the beginning and at the end of the task.
Yes.
Right.
Correct.
Okay. Bây giờ các bạn ấy nghe rõ chưa nhỉ? Tức là tóm lại là trong đây hôm nay tuần bài tập của chúng mình về nhà là sẽ phải viết toàn bộ cái bài writing task 1 này, đúng không? Viết từ đầu đến cuối giống như một bài thi bình thường. Tức là trong vòng khoảng 150 từ thôi nhá, không viết nhiều hơn. Đúng chưa? Nếu như ai mà cái idea sự bình nhiều quá thì chắc là phải co ngắn nó lại xong làm thế nào đấy mà tìm những cái từ nó gọi là score words thôi, đúng không? Tìm những cái từ mà nó gọi là nó có cái cốt, có cái cốt nhất, có cái ý nghĩa nhất để cho mình sử dụng để mình miêu tả cái sơ đồ đó, mà chỉ trong vòng 150 từ thôi. Nếu có quá thì quá khoảng 160, 170, chứ đừng đến 180 từ, nhưng cũng đừng bao giờ dưới 150 từ nhá. Đấy là cái compulsory của nó. Okay. Okay, thank you everyone.
Okay, thank you everyone. Angie, I'm sorry I didn't get a chance to talk to you much. All right, but I hope you are well. Hope everything's okay with you. All right. So everyone, please, Happy New Year. I will say Happy New Year in advance now.
Yeah.
And I will see you in 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks.
3 weeks, probably.
3 weeks.
Actually be three. Yeah.
3 weeks.
So
Okay.
see you next year, everyone. Okay.
Okay.
Bye. Bye for now. Bye.
Nào Phương Linh ở lại.